Hi, I'm Adam from Green City Harvest. Today I'm going to show you how you can do very easy seeds to seedlings. This is perfect for anyone, but especially if you're a nonprofit, you're trying to do a fundraiser. So this is perfect for a school, a church, mosque, temple, any type of a nonprofit who's trying to raise a lot of money in a very short amount of time. This would be really perfect for you. And today I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're in an apartment in downtown Chicago. As you can see, we're on the 22nd floor. There's high-rises everywhere, and we're on the north side of the building, which doesn't get that much sun. We only get about 5 hours of sun, which is in the morning when it comes up. That's the east side. So when the sun comes up in the morning, we get some sunlight here. But for most of the day, we really don't get that much sun. So out of 5 hours in a day of sunlight, which is morning sun, not that strong, we were able to grow all this. We grew all this within 3 weeks. And so what we have here is 2 germination kits. So they both come with this plastic top, which is like a greenhouse. And then what you do is, first, just imagine that there's nothing here. When we first got started, these were all empty. There's 72 of these little cells in here. They call them cells. So 72 cells in one container. And then we put in the soil in the cells like that, put water in the bottom, and then just put it down and wait. Just wait a few hours, and the soil is like a sponge. It'll absorb the water up into the soil. You'll notice after a few hours that the soil is very moist. At that point, then you get your seeds. As you see over here, I have many different organic seeds. Just choose what you like. I highly recommend that you choose, if you're going to grow something that you're going to eat, I would recommend leafy greens because they mature every 30 days. So as you can see here, I have lettuce here. It's only been 3 weeks and the lettuce is getting pretty close to maturity. Give it another 3 weeks and it'll be ready. So every month to month and a half, your leafy greens are ready to eat. So you can go through many cycles in 1 year. But if you're doing a fundraiser, then I would think about growing maybe culinary herbs like basil, rosemary, peppermint, tea, herbs like that too, because those ones, they go for a lot more money than you can sell them for. If you think about, if you were to buy a pot this size but a little bit more growth at a big box store, that would probably cost you somewhere around $5. So for about this size, imagine it just a little bit bigger, $5, sometimes a little bit more. You have 72 here, 72 here, that's 144 times about $5. That's over $800 that you could sell these for. So you could get a lot of money, $800 with all you needed was some soil, germination kits, and some seeds. So it's a very huge return on your investment. We ourselves, we're not going to sell these. We're going to donate these to a local nonprofit who's using Green City Harvest vegetable garden beds, and just to help them with their campaign, with their mission. But I'm going to show you today how to do it. So now it's been 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, you can see it's starting to get pretty crowded, and we need to transplant these out of these. One more thing too is make sure that you know what you're growing. If you're very good at growing, then you probably don't need to label these. But if you're very new to this, then what you'll want to do is put these labels here. As you can see, I have it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is tray B, this is tray A, and then over here we have a chart, tray A, tray B, and then we have going across, we have the numbers, so we know what we're growing. We have collard, cilantro, lettuce, Swiss chard, basil, spinach. I mean, so many different, a big variety here. So I'm going to transplant here arugula. Arugula is really cool. It's really delicious. It's got a lot of nutrients in it, and like most of these leafy greens, you can grow it most of the year. So on the back of the seed packet, which I'll show you here, these are all organic seeds. and they're very tiny. Sometimes there's hundreds in one packet. You could use these for years. They're so tiny. Look at that. That's about 10 seeds right there. And so on the back, there's a graph of America, and it shows you, depending on where you're living, what time of year you can grow these. And for the warmest areas, you can start growing these in January. So any time of the year, depending on where you're living, you can grow these. And so the arugula, now the germination kits, you're going to want to reuse these. So be very gentle with them, so you can use them many, many times again. These ones, though, you're going to sell these ones, so you're not going to see those again. You'll have to buy those again next time. But what you do is just squeeze the bottom, and then when you squeeze it, it'll pop up a little bit, and then you can just kind of push it up from the bottom, and you might want to turn it a little bit like that. And there you go. You can see it in its form. When you pull them up, don't pull them up by the stem. It'll probably break like that. But you can see all the roots in there. This one grew kind of strange, like right on the corner there. But that's no problem, because when we plant it in here, we're just going to center that in the middle. And you can cut off this one here too, if you want. Because there's two plants growing in here. So you can choose to keep the tallest one and then cut off the weakest one. But sometimes you can just grow both of them. All right, see, I got it fairly centered in there. I'm gonna put a little bit more over here. Okay, so I put some soil on the bottom, and I center it with my finger, and I just grab a handful, put it on the side there. Now this soil is not moist. This is just right out of the bag. I use organic soil. Be very careful about that. You want to use organic material. Everything's organic. Organic material, organic seeds. Tap it down. If you have any clumps in there, then say you want to squeeze that out. So make sure there's not too many clumps in there. And you want to tap it down just a little bit, but not too hard, because if you push it down too hard, then the roots, they're not going to be able to get through that soil. So you want to have some air pockets in there. So that's perfect. You see, I didn't push it down. I just kind of tapped it down a little bit, and you just put it in the tray like that. So when you're done, when you fill up this tray, then same thing. Just pour water in the bottom, and then it'll absorb the water up through the top. You don't need to put water on the top. If you put water on the top, imagine 3 weeks ago when we started this, and you had little seeds. If you pour water on the top, it could displace all that soil, and now the seeds rise to the top. So that's a risk with that. Now with the bigger ones, when you put too much water on the top, then you could have bacteria, mold could grow on the top. But also, we don't have to worry about weeds growing here. But if it's another situation, you could have that if it's outdoors or off of a balcony closer to the ground level. But it's a good idea just to water from the bottom, let it absorb up. So that's how we do it. It's that easy, and it's a huge return on your investment. I can't think of anything else that would give you that kind of a return. So just one of these germination kits with all the soil, all the seeds, and all of these transplant kits, and these, just if you do one set, that'll cost you, with everything, that'll cost you about $40 to $50. I did 2 of them, so that costs about $100 with all these materials. And with that math of selling these for about $5 each, and you get over $800, you invested about $100, and you got back about $800 in sales. That's a huge return on your investment, and you did it within about a month. So that's how we do it. I'll post all this stuff to my website, which is greencityharvest.org. I have a lot of information there. And if there's anything else that you want to know, send me an email. I'll be happy to do a video or write it, whatever you need to know. But our mission is to make sure that everyone across America is able to grow their own vegetables very affordably so that we can change the diet in all of America and make sure that we're feeding everyone too. So thanks a lot for watching the video. Take care.